to what degree has FOFA changed the relationship between, say, a BT platform and a major dealer group? I mean, because the volume bonuses, if they're there, or volume rebates, if they're there, may no longer be legal.
Yeah, so I guess the first point I would say is that obviously we're waiting for clarification on grandfathering, and that will determine to a large extent which path is taken going forward. I think the thing that's valued mostly by the dealer group and by their associated advisor networks is not necessarily the payment, although that's an important part of the relationship, but the scale benefit you get from coming to us as a large institutional organisation. So, you know, BT's firm belief is that you should be recognised for that scale. Now, whether that's through a discount to the end investor, in the same way that a fund manager rebate or something like that would work, or a mandate structure would work, or whether that's through a volume payment is something that will be determined when the grandfathering regs come out. But our business fundamentally believes that if we are currently providing a discount to an institution via a badging arrangement or something similar, then that discount should continue to be provided to clients of that badge. But I think you're misunderstanding. The concept of badging actually is in the purpose of creating transparency. So what it's saying is, if you are a badge, you know, a customer of ours that has a badge, and like if your group came to us as a badge, then you would get that discounted cost to client. So instead of paying the rack rate that's out there, you would get a lower cost to client. So actually, you are getting the transparency, you are getting the lower cost, and you're receiving the scale benefit of coming to us as a larger institution in the same way any industry would work.
I don't disagree with the concept of white labelling as opposed to badging.
That's what I mean, white labelling.
Okay, to me they are separate, but offering a white label offering to an institution with an iconic name, I get it. They generally have their own distribution. Yeah. In our industry, what we've seen is a strategy from one of the majors over the last decade to build their funds under advice through allowing planners to badge. And what we're now seeing is those planners are being bought by competitors. And so the badging strategy fails, and the consequence is, well, let's go and get those planners back by giving them money to stay with us. And we go back to where this whole conversation started, is you haven't heard me mention the word consumer once. It is a flawed strategy if we start talking about the future around carrying on what we did in the past. And I think badging in dealer networks is suicide for a small dealer.
IOOF has very much seen itself as a B2B business, and I think our challenge is to partner with the advisors whose business models really do rely upon their ability to service the consumers. I think whilst there's no question that the rights and the needs of consumers need to be factored in to our industry thinking and our thought leadership, we can't, I suppose, dilute the value of not only the dealer group but the individual advisor. I think to Kelly's point, I think Economics 101 would suggest if there's a scale benefit, why shouldn't we be allowed to pass that on, be it to the dealer group or to the end consumer?
The other interesting view that we have, though, is I think the heat is going up, though, on the quality of service being provided by a platform and the value for money that's that perception. And I think the client is starting to see that more and more now. So the, you know, advisors that we definitely deal with don't necessarily say that they're going to sell the house platform just because it's the house platform. I think, you know, if it's not providing the level of service that's required, I think in a post-GFC environment as well, there's even more focus on that. The returns are smaller. So if an advisor's working with a platform and it's not providing them the level of service. So I actually think it's an interesting time now where, you know, it's not a fait accompli that everybody's going to use your platform just because you have lots of distribution if the service isn't there and the quality's not there.